Hello, all my rad friends. I am so happy to be back. It's been a really long time since I made a video. Today, I'm just going to be trying a lot of newish or new to me makeup products. I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup, so in the last couple months, I've realized that a lot of stuff had like expired or pretty much run out, dried up in the last year or so. And so I've replaced a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm excited to try it all today. I'm just going to kind of be chatting and updating you guys about my life and what's been going on. So let's get started. So the first product I'm going to be starting out with is the Kosas Dream Beam Comfy Smooth Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40. I've been using like a Supergoop one, but it's really silicone-y and I don't really enjoy the feeling. It works great for days when I'm not wearing makeup, but I haven't really liked the way it's been performing under makeup. So I got this and I'm hoping to give it a try today. I haven't tried it at all. I just sort of bought it at random. So it's tinted, but I swatched it in the store and it didn't look like that tint really stayed once it's spread out. Okay, so obviously where I've been is that I was pregnant and then I had a baby, right? So I've been gone. Having a baby is like a crazy trip, guys. It changes in an instant. Like, you think you're mentally prepared for the changes it's going to make in your life, but I was not prepared for the mental shift, like the instant mental shift. One of my concerns prior to the baby, it was like, oh, my body is going to change. And I remember like the first day home from the hospital, I was like, I don't care. Like, it's not important anymore. Like, it's important to me what my body did and is doing, which is feeding my baby. So I just think it's, and you know, being there, having the energy to like be there for my son and waking up with him and just all the things, right? So that's really important. That actually looks pretty good. I don't see a white cast. I don't know if it's like darkened my skin either. I was a little bit afraid of that. It has like a peachier tint. I'm not sure. I think it'll be okay, especially since I bought this to wear under makeup. It is silicone free. That is one of the reasons I got it. So I was hoping it would like just kind of melt into my skin. So pretty much instantly from having the baby, I'm going to be using the Caliray primer. For the price, this is pretty small too. I'm not going to lie. But I tried a sample of this and I was super impressed with how it felt, how it made my makeup apply. I really liked it. I just liked it. Thought I'd try it. So like I said, my life has changed a lot since having the baby. I think my entire audience is mostly women. So there's a good chance that many of you understand that. Oh, this feels so nice. Oh, I like the way it feels. Yeah, I'm so glad I bought. Ooh, and it smells delightful. Like citrusy, grapefruit. Yeah, it smells good. I'm sure plenty of you understand. Like, my life is so different now. I wasn't wearing makeup for quite a while and I'm back to wearing makeup, but it's not every day. My son is about 9 months old, a little less, and he finally just started sleeping through the night a couple weeks ago. That has changed my life more than anything. Even if I have the same amount of like free time during the day, having better sleep has made a huge difference in terms of my mental clarity, my ability to not feel like I'm in survival mode and I just got to do everything just to survive and get through. Okay, I'm feeling like I like this primer. I like the way it feels. It's very smoothing. It feels good. That scent is really good. I can't get over it. So, okay, those layer pretty well too. At any rate, I knew that a silicone, something like the Supergoop within a primer over, I was worried about peeling, and these have layered really nicely. The thing I'm most excited to try today is the new Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Powder Foundation. So I got this in an Ulta. Yeah, I was not expecting, I really wanted to try the shades first. I've got a lot of hyperpigmentation on my face and I also feel like my skin tone changed with hormones and stuff for the pregnancy. So I wasn't sure what color I was going to need. I wanted to try it in person, but online it says it's not going to be in stores till June 9th. I went to an Ulta for something else and they had it in store and I was like, what is going on? And even the girl was like, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe that store put it out accidentally, but I was able to swatch and I think that this color is pretty good. I gotta get this box open. I swatched in the store and I was the first swatcher. I was the first person, they had just put it out. It's the first person to ever swatch, which was nice because I was able to swatch fresh product and I swatched it on my face because it hadn't been like swatched by 1,000 people before. So I was like, oh, great. I don't mind. I put it on my face so I could swatch it up here. And I think I got a pretty good color. It's honestly so hard to tell. It comes with this little applicator. I feel like everyone has seen this by now, but I'm going to give it a try. Ooh, I can peel this. So yeah, it's been a really big adjustment. It's been a really big adjustment. I had to get all new clothes. Nothing fit me anymore. And when I mean nothing, I mean like not a single thing. I've got an entire closet full of bins of pretty much everything. So that whole like fashion journey I went on and all these like expensive quality clothes that I thought would last me forever, they're in boxes in the closet and I had to buy a whole new wardrobe. Yes. So I haven't wanted to spend $1 million. So I've really been focusing on like secondhand. I've been shopping a lot on ThredUp, been thrifting, some Poshmark. I've bought a couple new things, but not a lot, honestly. Oh, that looks pretty. Oh, what am I doing? I should put concealer on first, right? This is a powder. I'm gonna put concealer on first. Okay. So Gucci concealer. Actually, a lot of my products are now Gucci. Sort of switching over to the brand. I got a sample of this and I tried it on just for why not? Actually, I thought it was too light at first and then it oxidized a little bit and I was like, this is perfect. And I loved the way it felt. Felt really good. Yeah, I've had to buy like all new clothes. It really sucks. I remember about 2 weeks, haha, didn't leave the house 2 weeks after the baby. About 2 months after the baby, I took some money and went to Target and just bought a whole bunch of just cheap stuff because I needed clothes that fit that weren't my maternity clothes. I just needed something. I was ready to like start going and seeing people again. And literally none of my clothes fit. And I was still wearing like maternity pants. And I couldn't, like mentally, I just had to move on from that. And at that point, I discovered that I am unfortunately now, I guess you could say a true mid-size. I am in between straight sizes and plus sizes, which is like this gaping chasm of size. Like a 14, an extra large is too small. It's too small in the stomach. It fits okay in like the thighs and butt and stuff, but it's definitely too small in the stomach and it like is uncomfortable. However, a size 16 is so big, like it doesn't stay up even with like a belt cinching. It's like hanging off me. There's like more than a size gap, like a one size gap between 14 and 16. It's huge because there's more than a single size gap because the fit proportions and stuff change in between there because a 16 is a plus size. So they're basing it on plus size models. So the shapes and proportions are different than a size 14, which is based on a straight size, like size 4 or something. And then they like proportion it from there. So it's kind of a shit show. Nothing fits me. I can't find clothes anywhere. I pretty much feel like I look presentable, but not good. Just a weird proportion right now. And it's not a shape that people make clothes for. And this is something that I've talked about on my channel before. I felt that I knew that I was aging and I would get to, oh, this is looking like very white. I just have some like melasma. This is looking very white. And this is the thing about this concealer. It looks very white, but it does, I feel like it looks worse in the camera than in real life. Stop. Okay. I feel like already, before I even got pregnant and had a baby, my body shape, I'm looking like a white face person, but I swear guys, most days I wear just this and I don't look so white. It does oxidize, but I don't know if I'm going to be filming this video long enough for you to see it oxidize. My shape was changing even before I had a baby. So I was concerned, and that was one of the concerns I had, is that the brands that are like made for older ladies understand that, and they're like a little bit more generous in like the stomach area, I feel, and the bust area, you know, and these are, I don't know, your J. Jills and things like that. But that's not the style of clothes that I want. I wanted maybe like younger. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. It's like super, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. Where I had a little bit of concealer, it's like super sticking. And then the rest of me, it is not sticking to. So this is trying this little pad. Okay, yeah, a lot of reviewers didn't like this pad, and I agree. Let me grab a brush. That's okay. I feel like I might have gotten the wrong color. The reviews I saw, people seem to like using a velour plush. This is a Laura Mercier one. So let me try that. Oh, that's looking good. That's looking much better. Yeah, everyone was right. Using a sponge, but like not her sponge. And that little sponge might be good for touch-ups, but using a sponge, but not her sponge is the way to go. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, I already felt like clothes. It's just hard because the brands that make clothes that can fit your body a little bit better as you age are not the brands that make like clothes that are fashionable. At least the fashion that I like. I tend to like what is more commonly associated with like young people, but I just think it's more colorful, and I feel like neutrals is what a lot of older women or women my age, aka almost 40, wear. So I don't know. I had already felt like my body was changing and it was harder to get clothes that fit me right, but then add this into it, like nothing fits. It's really frustrating. I have spent a lot of money on clothes that don't fit, and because I'm buying them secondhand to try to save money, it means I can't really return them. But luckily they're like really cheap. I'm buying like $5 like secondhand fast fashion stuff just because I don't have a lot of money right now to necessarily buy a whole new wardrobe. And it's amazing how once you factor in like shipping and taxes, how easy it is to spend like $200 on like 10 things, but then you can't return them. It's frustrating. I've spent the last couple years kind of not thinking about my body in a way that is focused on what it looks like in terms of beauty standards, but focusing on what it can do. And I have to say that that felt really healthy and good. Next, what do we want to do next? I have a few new products. So let's talk blushes. So a couple months ago, I got this set of the NARS blushes on sale. And this was, I think, from Christmas. And so I got a good deal. I've been wanting to get the NARS Liquid Blush in Orgasm. That was a really good shade I swatched in the store. But I also had some questions about some of the darker shades. I was just curious. And so this 3 set came out, and I got it on sale. So it was a really good deal. I do like the formula. And I just realized I put on a powder foundation. It's been so long since I wore a powder foundation that I don't know if I'm going to, I think I'm messed all this up. Because now I'm putting a liquid on top of it. We're going to give it a go. I literally haven't worn powder foundation since 2014. However, I don't know if you guys can see this. It looks okay. In real life, it looks yellowy. Like do you see this here? That white patch is my skin showing through. So it is a little bit darker than my skin, which I don't know. Can we use this for touch-ups? I think the camera lights are making it look better than it looks. In person, it's quite peachy. But, I've got a turtleneck on, so no one's going to care. I do love me a powder blush. So I have several powder blushes that I really like that I can use if this doesn't go well. I just really do enjoy this new blush. And I wanted to try to use my new products instead of like my same old blushes and stuff that I've shown on this channel a bunch. And this Orgasm shade has it says it has a reflect in it, but it's not like a glitter, which is nice. It's just a sheeny, dewy quality. Oh gosh. Usually things look more intense in person than on the camera, but in the camera, I feel like it's kind of intense. Okay, well, oh well. So I've been focusing a lot on what my body can do and thinking about that, and then to sort of all of a sudden switch back. So I decided I was like, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight because I want to, I want to bounce back. I want to get back into my old clothes, and I'm proud of myself. But I truly, my main motivation at this point was, I guess, this was a few weeks ago, is that I wanted to fit into my clothes. I miss my clothes. I also would just like to be able to, even if I have to buy new clothes, I want to be like a size 14 extra large again, so that my clothing, I can shop at a lot of the same brands, and that my clothing options aren't as limited. If I was like a size 16, I don't know that I would feel as much this way, because at least I would be able to go somewhere and buy clothes that fit. But right now, nothing. Like literally, my choice is between too big or too little, and both make me feel kind of crappy about the way I'm looking. I put more on this side than this side. I'm amazed at how dark that looks in the camera. That's insane. Okay. Okay. So we also have these other two shades, and I'm going to swatch them for you because I really like these. So this one is called Dolce Vita, and it's just slightly deeper pink, dustier. And then we have Orgasm Rush. One of these I think was exclusive to this little set. And Orgasm Rush is, I really like it. It's this reddish brown. It's got a hint of brown to it. And I've actually been using it a little bit to give me some color, almost like a bronzer, if you will. I think. Is it the one? Yeah, that's the one I've been using. So I'm going to try that here, and hopefully it doesn't look too insane. That is a little bit insane, even in person. Okay, let's tone that down. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's a little bit better. Blended in a little bit better. Okay, we'll try that. Looks pretty good. This is very remarkably similar to the M Cosmetics like serum drop blush, and it was like the amethyst. I remember I made a couple videos about my wedding makeup, and that was what I used on my wedding to sort of do the same thing, to sort of give me some color. And this is remarkably similar formula-wise. It's got a nice sort of sheen to it that sort of gives me some color on the side of my face, but it's like this brownish red color that I think works well for me, and I think a lot of other cool olives. So I decided I wanted to start trying to lose weight, and I don't know. So there's a lot of misconceptions I think about losing weight postpartum. You know, there's some people that breastfeed, and the 500 extra calories every day that takes, that helps them lose weight really well, and they just lose a ton of weight breastfeeding. That's all they need to do. But I would say a larger majority of the women I've talked to, the hormonal changes from pregnancy actually preclude weight loss. And so I lost 35 pounds within like a week of giving birth. So that was just like the baby, the water weight, all that. And then since then I haven't lost a pound, not a pound. Anytime I have eaten too much, I feel like nothing happens. And if I eat less, nothing happens. It's kind of crazy. I'm like at the exact same weight. Haven't budged. And it's never what I do. I always sort of fluctuate. So I decided I'm going to start trying to lose weight. And I think, okay, we're going to do eyes, I think. We're going to do brows first, actually. So I decided I want to lose weight. So I downloaded Noom, because I actually used Noom before I got married. And I did lose some weight with it. So I downloaded Noom again. I thought I'd give it a chance. And I felt something change within me immediately. I've spent years of my life with, but I would say just an unhealthy relationship with food. I've always felt like very hungry all the time, thinking about food a lot. Always feeling that like if I wasn't actively dieting, I was slowly gaining weight, like 10 pounds a year if I wasn't actively dieting. But even not actively dieting, I was constantly like thinking like maybe you've had too much, maybe you don't eat that, maybe you don't do that. And for the first time in a really long time, the last year and a half or so, I felt like at peace with my body and the food I was eating, and that felt amazing. I don't want to go back to constantly having an unhealthy relationship with my body and food and all those things. And I instantly felt within a few days of having Noom, pretty intensive calorie counting, like counting everything you eat and just thinking about your food and all those other things that like I started to slip back in those patterns, and I actually started eating worse, obsessing about what I should eat and not eat. And I just don't have any desire to ever go back to that. And I really don't want to ruin the progress I've made on having a healthy relationship with my body. This is the Anastasia brow gel. I finally bought a big size. I've been using a little mini for like a really long time. I'm surprised at how long that lasted, but I got the full size, and I gotta say it's nice to have a full size spoolie. Look at that. So I have made the radical choice to not diet, not worry about the baby weight, not worry about that, and just really continue to work on improving my relationship with my body and a healthy approach to food. This is what I'm going to use on my eyes. We're going to move on to eyes, and I love this little Triochrome palette. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Blue eyeshadow has always been my jam. Having a travel version has been nice because I do love me blue eyeshadow. So I have taken the radical decision to, yeah, not diet and just work on my relationship with myself. I just don't have it in me. I don't have the mental energy or the mental space to diet, but it's not just about not dieting. I also don't want to, it's not like not dieting, it's a free-for-all and every day is going to be takeout and ice cream. I really want to examine my eating habits. I'm not just going to just do whatever my head tells me to do, because I feel like that would result in me emotionally eating, basically. So I want to make sure I'm not falling into that either, because that used to be a huge crutch for me. I would eat my stress and my feelings a lot. So I want to be mindful of how my emotions and food are interacting, and I want to be mindful of how they're making like my digestion and my gut and my body feel. So I absolutely do not want to care about how it's making me look. Now that is easier said than done, and I catch myself, you know, caring how I look. And I mean, I care how I look, but I'm just, you guys, I'm like going to be 40 this summer. I am too old to be mad at myself for eating a cupcake. Like, I'm done with that. This world is hard, and being a mom is even harder, and everyone wants to judge everything you do. I don't need to judge myself. I don't need to like feel bad about myself as a person for eating a fucking cupcake. Like, I'm done. I'm done with that, right? So I don't know. I just feel like this is radical to let go of the idea of an ideal body, and that my life is going to start, or my life will really be amazing when I have that ideal body. And I've always been fairly body positive. I haven't ever been like, oh, I'm so ugly because I'm not a size 4. But I've always still had goals, or controlled, or tried to control my eating, and always tried to keep an eye on my weight and things like that. And I'm done with that. So I put the bright blue one in the, I feel like this is the standard look that everyone does. So you're just, you know, stand by for the standard look that everyone does with this, which is blue in the crease, and then this darken it with this one, and then this one, and then the light one on the inner, and you know, it's going to be that. But yeah, so ooh, look at this duochrome. Ooh, that's actually pretty good for like a bigger brand. It tends to be the indie brands that do these nice duochromes. But this is a good, not a bad one. It's not like glittery. Hold on. I saw this trick somewhere that like, if you show the reflection, it shows the other color it can be. Yeah, do you see that? My hand looks blue and the reflection is like purple. I think I messed that up, but anyway, so it's hard for me to make that adjustment, especially because I have so many clothes that don't fit me right now. That doesn't mean I'm like, this is the size I'm going to be forever, but I'm not counting on losing weight, but I'm just trusting my body to do what it needs to do for now. And if a time comes when it's easier to lose weight, oh, I should say that the whole new thing, it messed up with my mind with eating, but also the instant I tried to count calories and restrict how much I was eating, my milk supply dropped. So like my body doesn't want to lose the weight. My body is like, no, you have to feed a baby and we're not going to lose weight for you. I dropped about 300 or 400. I dropped down to only 2,100 calories a day from my 2,500 that I've been at. And I did that for about 3 days. I was like between 2,000, around 2,000, 2,100. And my milk supply dropped to nothing. And nursing my baby and having him cry because nothing was coming out, like, or there wasn't enough, like that, Tony, that changes your perspective on things real fast. So I'm just going to trust my body. Okay, my camera died and I was about here in my makeup. You guys missed a little bit, but to recap, yeah, if I'm happy and healthy and my body is doing what I want my body to do, which is having the energy to do things and feeling good and feeding my baby, I don't see why I'm supposed to hate it. You know, I hate that clothes don't fit, but that's not my body's problem. That's a problem with the clothing companies, and I guess that's my problem because I have to try to find clothes that fit it. But I don't know. I just feel it's like taking a deep breath. I feel really good about this choice. I feel really good about this choice. Don't know what that means for this channel though, because I can't find clothes that fit. It's a lot harder to do like fashion content when clothes don't fit you. It's not even like a hairstyle clothes like this, but it's like they're either too big or too small. So it's hard to do that. We'll see. Maybe I'll do more makeup content, or maybe the whole struggle that I'm having is going to be part of the YouTube channel. Okay, there are a couple more products I want to try. I'm not done yet, although this is looking really good. Before I start doing, I got this. So I just got this. Oh no, this is all weird looking. Hold on. It's like all separated. Ooh. This is the Georgio Armani. So I had their contour, but they just reformulated a bunch of their stuff. And this is looking, I got this at Nordstrom. Ooh, that came out. It's very liquidy. It's very pink. Okay, we're going to use this Refer brush, 04. Not that I've ever talked about what brushes I'm using. So, okay. So this is, how do I feel about this? On liquid illuminator on top of a powder is looking a little bit cakey, but we haven't sprayed it yet. My cat, Pablo, is really more of a blush topper. It's got this pinkiness that I've been basically doing this like blue eyeshadow pink, although this powder makeup is just really reflecting the light of Hobby. No, go on. It's really reflecting this softbox light and making me look quite like stark. I love looking crazy. It's looking pretty good. It's got a nice shine to it. It does add some pinkness to the cheek. I was worried it would be glittery, and it's not really glittery. I'm kind of liking it. Okay, so we are going to, another random thought I've had is that I kind of was looking back at my YouTube channel in the last couple days, and I remember my high hips video. I was actually pregnant in that video, and I got bloated right away as soon as I was pregnant. So my clothes were like a little tight and not fitting. And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm so fat. And I look back, and of course, like I'm 30 pounds, 25 pounds lighter than I am now. And I was like, what was I complaining about? I looked great. So I just don't think that I'm an objective observer of my own body, and I shouldn't be so hard on myself, and I should just let my body do what it wants to do for right now. And maybe in the future my opinion will change and I will want to diet and want to do things, but I've got a mom bod. It's okay. I'm still just focused on letting my body take care of me and my family instead of trying to police it. And what are we doing for mascara? I think I've repeated myself enough times now, so we can stop harping on about that. But yeah, I'm still using the Gucci mascara. So that is now the mascara. I used the concealer, and I also don't know if you guys caught it. I used the Gucci it's like a powder stick, like a wooden sharpenable pencil. I really like that style. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot, you guys. I got this too. This is from my Sephora bag. I got this. I guess we're gonna do left and right to compare. So this is the Lancome Crease Booster XL focus camera. Focus. And this is, I tried this. I've used this one other time, and I was like pretty impressed at the difference it made between the two eyes. The only thing is that like it does take a minute to dry. So I'm gonna have to like pause the video and let it like set or dry. I was happy with the look I got the other day with this, and I thought it looked good. I feel like this is the primer that everyone recommends. I suppose I know that Milani makes a good one, I think, as well, but actually I don't have any good drugstores around me for drugstore makeup. The actual drugstores around me, the makeup section is just always decimated and empty and crappy, and the products are really old. And then the Ulta near me, it's just like, it's always busted. Everything in there is always busted, and I don't think that they actually have a very good selection. I was really shocked that they had the Natasha Denona stuff, but a lot of the other brands, like the actual drugstore brands, they don't have that good of a selection. Like, and that's why I would go to Ulta versus Sephora or other places. Okay, so it's dried a little bit. mostly, I think. I actually bought it because I thought it would be good under colored mascara, and I thought it was, my cat is literally pushing my arm up. What? What? But actually it dries clear. I wish you guys could see this. He's like pushing my elbow up like this. Stop it, Pablo. Okay, guys, here is the difference. This side, no primer. This side, primer. I think there's a difference. I think there's a difference. Although I didn't let this dry. I didn't let this side, the primer, dry as long as I did the other day. And so I don't think it looks as much of a difference as it did the other day when I let it dry. Okay, the last product is probably the one I'm most excited about, guys. And if you are olive toned like me, then especially if you're cool olive, I've been searching for a My Lips But Better shade, I don't know, for 20 years. And I've never been able to find it. And they always look orange or pink. As they tend to look orange. It's a bigger problem for me than looking too pink. But the orange especially, even if it's something like rosewood, which just looks like a pinky reddish brown, it'll look orange on me. Or something, if I try to go too cool, it will look purple and gray. It'll like be too cool, and look like dead lips. Or it'll be just too pink and just sort of like a frosty pink that just sort of looks like it's floating in front of me. But then I got this. Once again, Gucci. I swear, I went to the Gucci stand to get mascara, and I thought I'd pick up the concealer since I'd tried the sample and I liked it. And I was there getting the mascara, and I thought I would just look at their lipsticks. And the guy wouldn't even let me swatch it on my hand. He swatched it on his hand. He was not a Nordstrom employee. He was a Gucci employee, and he was actually quite kind of snooty, but he actually gave me some really good advice. He thought about this one. This is called Mary Mauve or Mauve, and I thought it looked really good. It looks pretty pink here compared to all the other ones, though. It was much cooler, and I bought it. I feel like I finally found it. I finally found a My Lips But Better. Look at that. It looks like just the color of my lips, but better. You guys, this is it. Mary Mauve 219 is the color number. This is my first time trying their traditional satin. First of all, that bullet, guys. That bullet. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. So Art Deco. And this is metal, and it's weighted. It feels good. And this color. I have never had a My Lips But Better like full opaque lipstick that just looked so natural and good on me. I am very excited. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And I will be wearing this all the time now. Let me take down my hair. So that is it, guys. Don't even get me started on my hair. I cut it off in like a pixie cut in a fit of pregnancy madness last summer. Huge mistake, especially because I went to a barber shop because I didn't even want to wait for an appointment. So it looked like I got my hair all cut off in a barber shop and not at a hair salon. And I bleached it to try to save the look, and it was not good. Look, let's not talk about the hair. It needs a lot of work. But here it is. Here's the makeup look. I'm ready. I'm going to go to work, and I feel like I really loved this opportunity to catch you guys up to date where I am in my life and how I'm feeling about things. And I really hope to be seeing you in another video soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Let's go.